Hello, my beautiful people. Mac Audina here. I am the founder of 11 kilometers per second. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, 11 kilometers per second is the escape velocity. It is called the escape velocity because it is the speed or the force at which an object must be traveling in order to escape Earth's gravity. And so I use it as a metaphor for what you must do in order to accomplish your goals, in order to realize your destiny. And so in this case, the forces are the things that we deal with, narratives that we buy into based on society and how our minds, our fears, our programming as human beings holds us back. And so what we're doing is a weekly proverb, and Yoruba proverb. The Yoruba proverb is what I use because I also believe that the issues that we have been dealing with are, for lack of a scientific term, of a spiritual nature, and that they are the issues that we must overcome as human beings, as spiritual beings put onto this earth to have an experience. And I believe that the solutions have been discovered for a long time, and they have been discovered by the ancient people, the African people. We are the original people, and we have proverbs and guidance that will help you to find what you need to do in order to reach your potential. And so this is why I do the Yoruba proverb. I intend to use that in conjunction with my thinking and what I believe we have found. And so on a weekly basis, we will provide for you the Yoruba proverb. And so, Ojo iku ni ojo ìsinmi. The day, what does this mean? The day of death is the day of rest. All right. So I'm going to put this in here again. One of the themes, one of the things that I'm learning, one of the things that I think we need to understand, especially in this society, is about the value and necessity of work, and how we have, back in the 1800s, I think people work like 12-hour days, 7 days a week. It's like over 70 hours worth of work. And, as like the whole concept of, basically making people safer at work, right? Like the unions and things like that and regulations where it's supposed to make people safer at work. It also brought in the idea that you shouldn't work as much. And I mean, if you hate your work, that is definitely something that you would want to reduce. But, there are a lot of people who love what they do, right? And people talk about like finding something that you love so that you never work a day in your life. The truth is that you're always going to find work with whatever it is. The important thing here, I think, is at some point, as a person in my 40s, I'm starting to understand this now. Like, old age kind of speeds up on you, and then at some point, like the drop is consistent, and it is persistent. Like it's just coming in. Like you got aches and pains, and you're waking up with all kinds of like things like that. Where it's like, man, I used to recover much faster. I used to be able to do this, that. I used to not get hangovers. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens is at some point you will not be able to work. A lot of us, because we were forced to do work that we don't want to do, don't understand the how lucky we are, how fortunate we are that we are able to go in and do a lot of physical things. In fact, like if you've ever not worked for a long time, you understand how boring that can get. Like anything that you do for a very long period of time is not going to be very helpful. I know people who have retired who are like clamoring for work, and rich people who are like, I could sit here and do nothing, and they're like going back to do work, because it is a luxury to get to do work. And so you die. Once you die, we can get the rest. Like, there is no real, like, we are, again, because we are forced to do things that we don't want to do to get a piece of the things that we want in life, whether it's like 2 weeks, a week, 2 days a week, the weekend for vacation, occasional vacations, weekly vacations that we're working our ass off to get. Like, we don't really love it, and so we don't understand how fortunate it is that we do get to work. And so if you do understand that, if you do pursue your goals, you will put in as much work as necessary to get what you ultimately truly want, and you will know that it is when you have worn yourself out, you can no longer do no more. You can look back and feel comfortable not only in what you accomplished, but your ability to take advantage of every single second that you had to be out there doing something. If you can kind of, borrow from your future self and what an 80, 90-year-old person is thinking if they were to look back at you at this age, and what they would do, what kind of work they would put in, then it's time for you to do the same thing. It's not too late. It's not too late to do it. People will adjust to the person you are ultimately. So that is my proverb for today. Hope that you found it of value. Let's chat again next week. Bye.